is so short.
So it drives me nuts when people say we don't have the time. We have 24 hours a day.
I am much more valuable to my family and to my community because I was willing to let them go through the door myself, teach myself, learn myself, condition myself, and then come back and get them.
You're either going to get healthier and wealthier, or you're going to go bust. Your choice.
Pursue what you really want with everything you've got.
Brace yourself, steady your nerves, put your head down, and tackle whatever you face head on.
I need you to believe in every possibility that you have and understand that it is not over for you.
Let your work get your opportunity. Let your work get your praise. Let your work open up doors. Let your work get people paying attention. Let your work get the whole world to notice. Stop thinking. Stop procrastinating. And you got work. Goliath! There will be many giants in your life. Whatever goal you have, get up and run after it.
Your brain is designed to keep you safe. Your soul, your intuition, your human spirit is designed to make you soar.
That's not just a book in your hand, that's your sword. That's not just an idea, that's your sword. That's not just a dancing gift, that's your sword. But what you cannot do is you cannot quit during the process. You cannot give up because it ain't what you see. You cannot give up. Champions keep going when they don't have anything left in their tank. I'm gonna rise, and I'm gonna show the world that greatness is attained by a man that never stops pushing.
It's not easy to go through so many different circumstances, so many different challenges. It's not easy knowing that you may lose your home because you got laid off your job.
You gotta set the example. This is another obstacle. This obstacle cannot define me. It's not gonna cripple me. It's not gonna be responsible for me stepping away for the game that I love.
You need to rise up and understand what success is all about. We gotta rise up, we gotta start, we gotta finish. You should work so hard in the bed and then you fall asleep, wake up and rise up again.
Through all the bumps in the road and the stormy weather, the heart of a champion you can never measure.
You can't stop people from trying to limit your dreams, but you can stop it from becoming a reality.
You know, I have the saying, work like someone's trying to take it all away from you.
Architects, pioneers, innovators, students, athletes, lawyers, doctors. I'm sounding the alarm that a new mentality will emerge inside of you.
I need you to believe in every possibility that you have and understand that it is not over for you.
Now is the moment to start making your impact. When you want this thing as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you find a way.
The fact that you're still alive and still on this earth, even though it's been challenging and rough, and sometimes you get discouraged and uninspired to keep going. God has a plan. You will grow through what you go through.
Don't be sad, be grateful. Don't dwell, do. Don't complain, create. We got this.
As long as there's breath in my lungs, there's hope in our hearts, and giving up's not an option. You and I and we, no matter what your unique situation, your storm, your struggle, your trauma, your abuse, your wounds, your scars, no matter what they are, you are not a product of your past. You are not a product of your environment or your current unique situation, but you are always a product of how do we navigate through our storm.
And so we're all waiting for perfect. It's an illusion that will never come to you, and it's an excuse to never show up and play. Your story is not meant to be your fortress. Your story is meant to be your fuel.
You cannot win the war against the world if you can't win the war against your own mind.
That dream is not gonna wait and say, take a breather. It's gonna say, come catch me. Catch me if you can.
You got to block out all of the noise around you that's going to tell you can't do it. Just believe that you can.
Tell yourself, I am more than my circumstances. I am more than my demons. I am. Because this is what I was born to do.
Go get it, son. Go get it. Be sweet. 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 Go get it, son.
If you're going to see it, if you're going to see breakthrough, then you are going to have to be okay with the process that is required.
The one thing you need to do to go where you've never gone before, to have what you've never had before, is to change the way you think.
You're at the edge, watching someone else live, wondering what it's going to be like when you jump without ever jumping. And I'm just here to tell you, jump.
Believe that you can. Believe it's possible for you to have it.
Don't lay on your back. Anything that comes your way, you got to be prepared to accept the challenge and go through it.
And stop thinking about the negative. Stop talking about the negative. Ask yourself, what would amazing look like for you?
As long as that heart is pumping blood, you're not dead yet. They haven't put rose petals on your box yet. Make sure every breath you take counts for something.
Continue to pursue purpose. And we all got a purpose. Every one of you in this room, we're born to not just exist, but to experience life. Every one of you in this room, you were born to leave your fingerprints on history.
Courage. Courage is the key to life itself.
It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again.
If I could do anything for you, I would walk into your life and I would breathe courage into your life. And courage is a result of confidence. You have never seen a courageous person that didn't have confidence.
Human potential is not of any kind of measurable limit. It can go as far as you desire or as far as you have the courage to walk.
How do you stand up to massive external pressure? Courage. And courage.
What's up, what's up, what's up, guys? Can everybody hear me? Type 1. Awesome, awesome. So very small group today, I can see. Maybe people didn't wake up yet. I don't know what's up. Typically on the Sunday, we got at least 4 times that, but okay. I don't care. I'm gonna appreciate every one of you. 13 people here. Yeah, especially you, Antonia. 12 midnight, man. People are sleeping. Well, you know, that's when I get off work. So it is what it is. Anywho, so where are you all from besides London? I think a bunch of it's not that many. Canada. Nice. I know you're in Dallas, Alex. I'm just gonna take it easy with all you guys. So just a few things. I am recording. All right, so anything I'm gonna say here can't make it today because he's got called into the hospital to do some secretary work, which is kind of hilarious. But yeah, so he's not going to be able to answer questions. So bear with me and type your questions in the Q&A, because it'll be very hard for me to answer them otherwise, because I'm probably going to get lost in the chat, although there's only 13 people, so we're good. All right, so as always, anything you hear is just my or our opinion, and is not to be, taken to the court of law. So I'm not an advisor. Financial advisor is just the way I see the market, is the way I see the market. And first and foremost, if you want to be friends or join the squad or have any questions or sign up for the indicator or whatever it is, you can reach me on Instagram, Telegram, Lord Fury 83 is my tag, or you can reach us at Furious Snipers LLC as well, and on Instagram, and talk there about that. So as far as announcements, we've been 2 weeks into the indicator. It is still needs some work and we're improving it, but it's been amazing. The trades that get filtered out are awesome, which I'm going to show you here in a little bit. So if you want to be added to the signals group, contact me on the costs and how it all works. Bootcamp, me and Mike Azevedo are doing a bootcamp March 20th. It's going to be 4 hours long. The cost is $300, and it's going to be one time only. I just finished my part of presentation, or creating my part of presentation on mindset. It's a mix of things that I learned over the years and Mark Douglas taught me. So it's going to be, even the mindset, which most people overlook, is going to be badass. So today's topic right now, we're going to talk about just a second about dealing with losses. Second, I'm going to show you a couple of trades that played out, a couple of trades we won, a couple of trades we lost. And and then we're going to talk about what's hopefully will happen, or potentially will happen, in the markets. Cool. All right, so dealing with losses, I'm going to have a section on that during the bootcamp, but all I want to say is there shouldn't be such a thing as dealing with losses, because all your losses should be the same. Number one, right? All your losses should be whatever your risk is, and you have a predefined risk, so it doesn't matter, how many pips. It's either 1% or 0.5% or whatever, so you know exactly what it is. Most importantly, though, you shouldn't take your losses at a trade by trade basis. You should do it as a series of trades. So let's say you trade it for, I don't know, a week, a month, and you document and you journaled and all that stuff, and you know exactly why you lost. Overall, are you winning or losing? Because if you think about losses on a trade to trade basis, then you would start thinking there's some kind of dependency. Okay, I lost 3 in a row, I got to win. And then you'll start getting angry at the market, and then you'll start anticipating things, and then you'll start thinking about, or the other way around, even crazier, when you win 5 times in a row, and then you start getting reckless and increasing your risk and saying, hey, I've been right 5 times in a row, so maybe now I should, throw a Hail Mary and risk 10% or something. That's when trouble happens. And also not marrying your bias, where, like, okay, you got stopped out because you thought this was accumulation and it was a redistribution or something, like the case with UJ this morning. Is it worth it, or do you just want to reanalyze to the next thing? So to me, I don't care about losses. So I don't know if that's what you expected to hear when I said that we're going to talk about that, but to personal losses does not matter. I accept losses and they're part of the game. And you just got to be, you're not going to learn crap from your wins. You only learn from your losses. So it's a learning lesson. Hopefully I don't ever want to hear anything, especially from my guys, like, oh, I got hurt. That should be impossible. You cannot be hurt. Your family, thank God, knock on wood, is okay. You're fine. If you're hurt, it's because you're reckless or you don't have discipline or you're not confident. Believe it or not, confidence comes from understanding the information, becoming an analyst first, figuring out what's going on in the market before just rushing into the trade because you want money tomorrow. So confidence comes from understanding. I hate when I don't understand. I'm okay with losing. I hate when I don't understand. Like, so, and the only time you could get hurt about that is some kind of flash crash that you got into. And, out of blue, Trump became president because he tweeted and market just went crazy. So those are like far removed, but those are a few cases where I guess you could be hurt. Okay, so any questions on that, on the losses, while I'm on the topic before I go into trading? You guys see my screen? Yes, no? All right, cool. So, yeah, the couple of trades that were amazing, you can see where I got in on gold buys. Why? Because divergence. This was called out by our indicator. Actually, it was called out incorrectly, but because we have dedicated people watching that, we have dedicated people watching what indicator sends and filters them out, and I'm one of those people. So I saw that it called out a bogus signal, but I saw divergence between. This was Friday, I think, or Thursday night. So it was actually on a 3-minute, very clear. So the market was coming down from over here. From here, came down. It just wicked, doesn't matter. But the silver was going down, gold was going down, and then as silver was going down, gold was already coming up. I mean, you could try to find some kind of weird accumulation here. I don't see accumulation here at all. But I trade what I know, kind of thing. And then all of these points that you see, I had orders lined up in the order blocks under here on 1 minute. And so 3 of them got hit, 2 of them got left behind. And then we kind of set around and exploded, right? Now I got out right here and I didn't trade any of this until this morning. Until this morning, I got in here on this wick. So that was nice. Just a small position though, because I thought we might grab this liquidity, but we didn't. And the reason is, by the way, I analyzed this the night prior. And I looked from top down, and we are still clearly bearish, and we broke, technically, kind of like equal lows here. So that just tells me we're still bearish. Plus, this is a lower low. So now this to me is what maintains bearishness, this 1840 level. And so I've been looking to get in here. But the long term, I already thought it out as well. I think we're gonna, again, I have a bunch of, and I will have a bunch of entries there. If it gets there, I think it will bounce from there and then come down, wreck these equal lows or semi-equal lows, come to this area about 1740, maybe come lower here, but afterwards, maybe it'll just come to this 1740. Then afterwards, it will actually come back up all the way to grab this whole liquidity and come back all the way to the 2000 level and then just drop completely. Because of where we're going. So I think ultimately we're gonna end up somewhere in 1800s, if not in the 1760s, which is like 15% loss on gold, or value, which is consistent with what's probably going to happen with US 30 and NASDAQ. Their fundamental reason for this is the 10-year bonds. If you know anything about that, and we could do a topic on that, but 10-year bonds are going up, which is the first signal that they're going to start raising interest rates. And if you start raising interest rates, the dollar will grow. Dollar grows, stocks and everything against the dollar will go down. So that's that. Okay, let's check. No questions. All right, cool. All right, so then the other trade that was pretty amazing was US. Oh, no, I missed this trade because we had a bug in the indicator, but and it didn't alert me. And then I saw it after very, very clear divergence between NAS and US 30 on Friday again. Oh, by the way, for those of you who live in Texas, I hope everyone's light and power is back. Mine is. So that's another reason why there's no Furious Sunday yesterday and why we're combining the calls sort of, is because I didn't really trade much last week. It was a losing week for me because I only traded literally on Thursday and Friday. Because before that, I didn't have electricity or anything or water. Anyway, so NASDAQ and US 30 on a Friday did something so beautiful. Where's 5 minutes? I think it's 5 minutes. Okay. It was just a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. The distribution and divergence, and all together, it was fun as hell. But I missed it. Yep. Very easy to see. Very, very straightforward. And of course, if you got in here, you could have exited here. And then on top of this, what is this? Like classic redistribution. Classic redistribution, break at the range, exhaustion from the range, and down. And here, one more time, we did exact same thing this morning. And it just wicked me out and then went. I was a little bit pissed. It's okay. I got back in here. For those of you who know me, NASDAQ is by far my favorite thing to trade. So I always trade it. Because it's wild. But yeah, there's another redistribution here. And now we're here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Okay. So what do I see for NASDAQ? As I said, I don't know if it happens now or later, but we got probably until right here to drop. And that's just the first stop. We could drop lower, but there could be a stop earlier on, maybe here. But I am expecting it to go down. So I've been starting marking up on a daily, the possible Wyckoff distribution, but who knows? Maybe it'll just grab this liquidity, get to this level, 123 projection, get somewhere here, come back, mitigate from the distribution area, and die. Could be. Not buying it right now, unless I see, because this was accumulation here. So unless I see accumulation in this area or this area, I doubt I'm buying, and I'm not really trading till New York either. Okay, so last one before we go into market overview is the Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'll get into an excellent trade. Oh, yeah, excellent trade today. And DJ, I also get into that today. I think I'm still in it. Was there divergence? I can't remember. Oh no, it was just distribution, I think. I can't remember how I got it. I know it was this morning. I don't remember. Oh, I remember. Okay. I remember I was here. I didn't catch the initial drop, but I caught this drop. So for me, this is the low, this is the high, this is the low. So I was like, okay, well, there's this little IFC here and maybe here. So I put a position here and here. And then it just left without me. So actually I had a research position, which is something I do. It's like 0.01, which still gave me like a shit ton of money. So this came in, came back, hit me, and this was a nice, $2,000 drop. So, $2,000 never hurts. So that was it. I think I got out maybe here when it started coming back after this candle. Okay, so let's go with the analysis. I like to present you. Oh wait, there was another divergence that indicator called. What's this? And it's perfect distribution. What do we call here? Okay, it's silly because I don't remember. Actually called EJ. So technically you could have either caught that or waited, and would have caught that eventually. But I got into GJ simply from the understanding of the order flow. For those of you who were on the lecture about order flow, your institutional candles and where the smart money people are getting in is here and here. You see this? Move down to go up, right? Imbalance on the way. Now, not to mention that this is a beautiful distribution schematic. regardless of that, the order flow is much simpler to understand. So you have, oh my God, it's just not cooperating. You have the order block here, mitigation from here, order block here, sort of mitigation out of here, order block here. This is from here, this order block is what broke this high. But then this drop here takes away this order block. So instead of mitigating, it disrespects it and kills it, right? It destroys this order block. And then following that, we fail to make a lower high, or sorry, higher low, higher high. So instead we make a lower high, right? And mitigate from, Jesus. Stop it, let go. Mitigate from this order block. And this is the risky entry, but I'm a risky dude, right? This is only 4 pips, so I'll take that any day. If I lose, I lose, you know? I don't care about losses, I told you, right? But the smart trader and patient trader, as opposed to me, would wait for the break of this, which occurred here, but we kind of created equal lows, mitigated out of here, then broke this low. So exhaustion from this order block again. We're just moving down. You could have got in safely and nicely over here. The rest is history. But it did call the EJ trade, and you would have caught this thing on EJ on divergence as well. And I am in second time from here again on a 1 minute, I believe, or 2 minute. Maybe it was 2 minutes. Yeah. Just got in here. Stop loss above here. Go. All right. Cool. Enough of showing off. Let's talk about the market this coming week. All right, so we got DXY, and this puppy, I thought I marked you up. I did on the daily. So this is what I see on the daily. There's a couple of reasons I think this is accumulation, right? And like, if you know what I mean, the doesn't matter necessarily if you get everything correctly labeled right away. What's important is identifying the range and what are we doing. So the first question I always ask when considering Wyckoff is, well, are we manipulating the lows? Are we manipulating the highs? Right? And here we can clearly see that we're manipulating the lows. We're taking liquidity from the bottom, step by step by step. And on the top, we're building liquidity. Everyone understands that. Boom. Build liquidity. So why are we doing this? Why are we playing with the lows and building liquidity? So we can go up, right? So to me, and if you're not sure, there's always this little thing called relative strength index, that as we're making lower lows, is diverging and making higher lows, telling you this is ready to accumulate. Okay, so that to me is an indication that we are accumulating. So when I go to 4 hour or 1 hour, I can then see this ginormous amount of money sitting here, and then this beautiful area. What's the order block? Last candle gets engulfed with the bounce, right? This beautiful area here from the previous accumulation. Okay. Right, and the reason I don't think there's gonna be a spring, and this is type B, because we already broke the range that I found out. Oh, I forgot to show you this. This is exactly what's happening on DXY right now, is exactly what happened on AudioSD last week on Friday. This trade was absolutely amazing, and I missed it as well. But it's important to show you in understanding this. So, do I not have labels anymore? Swear to God, all these one-on-ones and everything I do. They hurt. All right, so this is what happened last week. Right, so here we're on 1 hour, it's kind of a big, but this is exactly what's happening right now with DXY. So first of all, we had this amazing area here from previous reaccumulation where we source, right? Source of this whole move here, right? Accumulation, then we went up on a smaller time frame. So this was the order block to which you could identify it as the POI. Cool. Then we were coming down, and look again. Selling climax, automatic rally, ST. And I'll go 30 minutes so you can see a little better. Selling climax, automatic rally, ST. Is Ryan joining? Is that what you said?
Sure.
Nice. I see myself in the mirror. There's two Yuris. Okay, so yeah, so if we label this, and for those people that are screaming there, well, you didn't mark the preliminary support, he probably doesn't know. I know about preliminary support, but if you understand Wyckoff, you understand that you don't necessarily need a preliminary support in order to form a schematic. Sit down. All right, so
stand down.
Stand down, yeah. Selling climax, automatic rally, secondary test. Boom, we formed the range. Now watch this. Are we manipulating lows or highs? We're manipulating lows. Low, low, low. What are we doing at the top? Making equal highs. For what? So we can take them, right? So watch how you could have gotten into this trade so easy on Thursday, and by Friday it would have been 140 pips in profit. Watch this, guys. So I can rewind it because, man, unconscious competence. Okay, so we took liquidity. What else did we do? We broke the range, right? We broke the range to the top. So if it's Wyckoff, which it is, usually we break the range when we have a spring or a shakeout. Do you see a spring or shakeout? No. So if there is no spring or shakeout and we broke the range before, that means that this is ST in phase B, and now we're missing an LPS or a test or whatever it is. So that's why I always say the labeling is not as important as you understanding the supply and demand and how they correlate with each other. Here's the tool. Relative strength index, boom. As we're making lower lows, we're making higher lows, indicating this is accumulation. Okay, so we broke the highs. What do you see? You see equal lows formed over here. And then you identify your institutional candle on, actually this one was 2 minutes, which is kind of hard to see now that we're so far back. But I think it was in here on this doji, I think, or something like that. But regardless, you could have literally stacked it from here to here, which is what I do, and I'm not sure. I think it's here. And I believe Mike said he missed it by like 2 pips or something like that. So let's just say it's right here. And I missed it all too. Can you guys hear me?
Got you now, buddy.
Jesus, I had to switch to my phone. I thought for a second my lights were out or something again.
A little post-traumatic stress.
Yeah. I was like, no.
It's like me last night.
Sheesh. Yuri lost connection. Do you actually use RSI? Why? Okay, so for Mr. G, the only thing I use RSI for is identifying or helping me as an extra confirmation, identify reaccumulation versus distribution and redistribution versus accumulation. That's all. I do not use RSI for divergences to enter, right? Okay, I'm gonna share this screen, right? Divergences that we're gonna teach on the bootcamp, as well as divergences for the indicator, is inner market divergences. It is not a retail concept. It's an ICT smart money concept derived from Larry Williams's book. So, and comparing commodities to other assets. So don't use RSI other than determining Wyckoff. Now everything just went away. What I was just doing. Okay, audio is D. I was showing this, and man, everything just went away for some reason. Okay, here we go. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. So what I was trying to say is we created this liquidity, and I think we were on 30 minutes. I was marking it up. Oh, that's my old markup. I don't know what's going on. Oh, because it's a different broker. So yeah, so what happened is they created this liquidity, got it into an IFC, perfect entry, never coming back. But that was your test. Here's with your LPS, last chance to enter from here, but this was a little bit harder because you have no idea where it's gonna do. So you're sort of guessing, or maybe looking at a smaller time frame accumulation over here, reaccumulation actually over here on probably like 5 minute. If not smaller. God damn it. Yep. It's a nasty one. I mean, kind of ugly, but here's your complex pullback. And then here, right, this little thing is the creek and the jump and the jump. So you could have entered here as well if you're really good at Wyckoff, but this entry was top notch. And from this entry here, all the way to where we are now is an insane amount of pips. It's over 200 pips. So if you just held it to here, you know, you're at 140 pips in one day. So if you use this risk, which is like 5 pips or something, maybe less, 5 pips to go 140, shit, that's gonna at least half my account, especially with my stacks. So I was kind of sore, but this is a good case study to make on this. No, don't worry. Questions are welcome. Questions are welcome. So, all right. So you know how market creates a structure. And once again, if you sign up for the bootcamp, this is going to be explained by Mike in much better detail than I will explain here. But to be fast, this is a normal movement in the market, right? Higher highs, higher lows, blah, blah, blah. A lag from here to here. And you can see that one line is all it is for a pullback. But what if you had this as a pullback and then go up? This right here, called a complex pullback. It confuses a lot of newer traders because they think we're on a downtrend for some reason, because they don't understand the market structure for real. They don't understand that you're still bullish until you break this point. And I don't care what market does in between this point and this point. Because as far as I'm concerned, until we break this, we're bullish. So structure comes first, then comes Wyckoff and everything else, right? Okay, so this is my long prelude to what's happening in DXY. And this was, going lower, low, lower, low, and the RSI was going up. And then we went up and broke the range, came back, broke the equal lows here into the IFC. Remember that. So now we come back to DXY. On my daily, dude, I feel like it's a deja vu moment. Here's our range. Here's our range from this SC that I determined on daily to AR, sorry, to ST to AR, right? These are coming lower as the RSI is coming higher, telling me we're manipulating the lows to go higher. Here's our equal highs. We just broke the range and we made a bunch of equal lows. What are we doing now? We're having this creek break these lows until we have a wick into somewhere here. And because we already broke the range, I don't expect it to break this. So 89.50-ish, I think is the area marked up. We can see this right here is where the last candle that gets engulfed with imbalance, this order block is sitting, that never got mitigated, right? So I know it looks scary and everything, and it might be a lower one. This is 4 hour and 1 hour. But, you know, keep that in mind that it looks like it's not much movement. It's a lot of movement, right? I don't see anything else here except for this perfect line at 89.60, if you want, that it's gonna go to. If it goes lower, then yeah, then we'll go and probably keep going lower. But I don't see that happening right now. Therefore, if DXY is bullish, if we look at, or sorry, bearish, if we look at GU and EU, now we're coming to some fun stuff.
I can't
So
wait
they
to
are in
see.
sync. Yeah, go ahead.
I can't wait to see how it's going to react once the actual stimulus checks get kicked out. It'll be interesting to see the movement. Very volatile.
Yeah. So right now we're in sync because as US dollar making lower lows, GU and EU are both making higher highs, which is perfectly what it's supposed to do. But I am thinking now that during London on Tuesday, tomorrow, right, during London, we're going to have that shakeout during London Open and the jump of the creek. And of course, I don't trade the DXY, but its opposite side would be distribution on GU and EU, or on one of them. Maybe EU will be distributing, or maybe with GU will be distributing. But if there's a divergence, that's going to be like a house entry, right? That's like you have all the confirmations in the world. You believe that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, not to mention that we are at the level which I was looking for last 3 months on GU, right? On the weekly, I said this candle that I just circled over there, we're there. We are there. I said we're going to reach that or 4,200, which is here, 4,200 on a 4 hour, I believe. Or was it daily? So long ago. Things I gotta do. Yeah, on a daily. 4,200 is the place where, you know, these candles meet, a kissing candle, and also where we took this last liquidity here. I mean, yes, middle of this candle. Obviously, I'm not putting any pendings. 4280 would be ideal if it goes to 4280 and reacts from there. I mean, this is still giant distance, but this is an absolute last point where liquidity was grabbed, unless it's half of this wick, which is also cool. But that's why we need to see a smaller time frame and reactions and schematics and all that shebang. But we are close. We are close to where we need to be. So it's very, very possible that, you know, on the where's your EU? Let me just look at EU. All right, it's very possible that EU is here gonna grab these highs. Actually, I believe GU might go higher, but EU might come to this thing, which could be interpreted because it's opposite of DXY. So this would be your UT because it's gradual, not a shakeout. This would be UT, you know, and this is your range. And, you know, buying climax, AR, ST is here. And we broke the range to the downside and created these. And, you know, now we're just gonna come for a test and come down, possibly. If this is daily, obviously. So for all I know, this whole week could still be bullish. This whole week could still be bullish. So I don't see any signs for sell yet. But usually we have Wednesday reversal, so I wouldn't be surprised if Wednesday will reach there. And if there is a schematic there at that line, at 123 even, I think I did this earlier, and 123 even looks spicy. Was it? Maybe 122.95. 123.08 something. So somewhere in this area is where we might get there Wednesday and react from there. We'll see what London does and whatnot. I will not be looking for a sell until I see a break out of the range, because you know we're just bullish. But the setup, we didn't talk about this on the gold. For me, I'm gonna monitor this area, but I don't like this area as much because the liquidity is sitting here and because of multi-time frame confluence, as I discussed gold. I think, you know, we're gonna rack this, and this is again redistribution. And so I believe because of where we are on daily, I'm gonna erase this so you guys can see. Here's your FU candle, here's your last. Here's where what maintains bearishness, right? This led to break of structure here and here. So this maintains bearishness. If we break this, now we're bullish, and you know, the order flow shifts, and we'll look for mitigation here. But house is there, but market wise, if I'm looking to trade this area here is possible. If I see a schematic here, if I see a divergence with silver here, I might put a position, but I kind of think it's going to be short-lived. I don't know. I'm not going to guess, but it might react. Something do like this and make another push. I don't know. Gotta see. But I am definitely looking for a reaction or a schematic here, and I'm putting pendings especially at the top of this. So this is gold. Let's have fun with gold. What are you? Okay, so this was GJ, and I told you I sold from this top. It's amazing sell from this IFC. Again, because of the market shift or the order flow shift. For those who forgot, it was like this. I'm tripping. Was like this. And yeah, like that. Was it different time frame? Or maybe it was smaller time frame, that's why. Yeah, okay. That's it. It was 5 minutes. Why can't I draw? What's up with me? It's not listening. there. So I sold here, and then once that happened, I started looking, and it starts again looking like this was the range, and we broke the range from UT, not from UTAD, unless I marked it incorrectly. But I think UTAD has to be way higher than SD and UT, in my opinion. So to me, that's a schematic B again. Here's a PSY. And so we broke the range, and now I don't know what we're doing. So I marked it up as an LPSY here. I could definitely see myself putting a pending and a house over here if we can get there, but I think we might just come to here and have an LPSY. So basically break this stuff. Break this stuff and exhaust ourselves and calm down. Again, we're manipulating the highs, and the lows are intact. So until that changes, this cannot be reaccumulation to me. In order for this to be a reaccumulation, I need it to range way longer. I need it to, which is possible that it's a failed distribution and will range way longer. But the only way I'm getting into a buy if it comes here. If it comes back to here and fills this fair value gap and reacts of this IFC, then yeah. Then I could have the accumulation here with the spring or something. Could go lower. Those are good areas for a buy, but at this point, this looks like distribution to me, and I'm just waiting for this or that. So that would be my setup on GJ and gold, and let's see. Do you actually, okay, yeah, I already asked her this. If there's imbalance, say at your task, and that's your entry. Where would you enter this? Okay, Mr. G, is it your first time on my stream? Are you still there? Oh yeah. Okay, so if you've been to my stream before, I reveal some sauce and secrets. And the sauce and secrets are the following. The IFC, I don't believe in imbalance at all as far as an entry, because what you're taught in Trade House, if you're there, or when you're learning the basics of smart money, if you're watching ICT, wherever you learned, they just for the ease of use and getting your eye to see the manipulation, so to speak, they tell you that the FU candle or order block is a candle down before the candle up, or the last candle up before the candle down. And that right there is incorrect. And you answered yourself why, because you have no idea whether to enter on the imbalance or on the candle or where you enter, right? But if you understand that the true order block is actually the last candle, regardless of the color, that gets engulfed with imbalance. Last candle that gets engulfed with imbalance. Last candle gets engulfed with imbalance. Then you can pinpoint your entry and you don't have to ask questions like that. So watch. We come higher. We're coming down. If you were to enter using smart money principles, and you would find this candle let's say this black big candle, or you would find this imbalance and use the middle of it, and your stop loss is somewhere here, right? Maybe like this, maybe you say middle of it, maybe you say mitigation, but you're trying to guess where it's gonna stop. What did I tell you it is? It's the last candle. That gets engulfed with imbalance in this candle, right? Between this and this, there's space. That space is imbalance. And this candle got engulfed by that candle. I rest my case. It came exactly to the middle of this candle. Make sense? Or are you confused? Just trying to show you. When this market came up, it didn't react of imbalance. It reacted of this candle. This doji came directly to it, right? This came here because on some 5 second or something in this wick, it's the same thing. I don't have the time to go there and show you, but trust me on this one. Backtest and see, look, this wick. Why did it come there? Because of this little white candle. This little white candle. You see that? Not this candle, but that candle. So imagine you knowing this, put 100 lots over here with 1 pip stop loss. And it just traveled 10 pips. You got 10 grand. Just telling you. Completely changes the perspective. Mind blown. All right, cool. Awesome. Next. What did we, man, this trade screwed me today. I was so hopeful that it's gonna do what I wanted it to do over here. And it had a reaction for a little bit and then just died. Moral of the story, look at all market from the bigger perspective, not try to guess or whatever. But it was a good setup, I think. This was Wyckoff accumulation. I think somebody in Mike's stream actually posted a similar chart to what I had. And then it just had a reaction and died. So no biggie. You know, you lose some, you win some, you can't win them all. But now we got some stuff here. So actually this point is a very good possible turnaround to come lower. I mean, we got point here. We got point here. And we got lower action. Let's see what daily's doing. Okay, yeah, so this looks good. Again, this is the low that led to the high. Did it break structure? No, it made equal highs. But it did break this range and everything, so I still am bullish on this until it breaks this point here. So I think we're gonna develop a redistribution here. And this is the first point of sale, and this would be the second. Let's see. Yeah, there's some points of interest for sure. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, could come here. Could come here, could come here, could come here, and the extreme is right here. Some points, there's some points. This is mitigated. Yeah, so definitely not gonna sell unless it comes to this area, at least. But I do believe that we're gonna get into a redistribution here in a second. But we'll see. Let's check this just in case. Yeah, 71, perfect, perfect, perfect. So this would be a good sell right here. 105.55, somewhere here. But we got to see what it does on UJ. I'm not interested in buying it right now unless it creates a schematic or divergence with USD CHF. This is divergence right here. Oh shit. You could have totally sniped this on a smaller time frame. And then on a bigger time, like 4-hour divergence? No. 3-hour? Kind of 3-hour? Maybe 2-hour. Yeah, 2-hour divergence here. Could have sold here as well. Could have been killing UJ if you trade London. Nice. Yeah, for now, I would say there's nothing. We're at liquidity level, so it's either going to make them believe this is support area, which is most likely what's going to happen. We're going to pull up to this area or this area and sell off here. Again, structure-wise, we are on this scale, we're bearish, but overall, I do believe we are in a huge and nasty reaccumulation. So that G is reaccumulation. So think about this leg here, broke structure, now we're bullish, and this is complex pullback. And then from here, we'll come higher to make a higher high. Consistent with the XY that I explained to you on a daily schematic, right, for a test. So I do believe we will be doing something here. Like a redistribution type of stuff, or maybe higher. And then if I'm looking for buys, it will be in this area off of schematic or a divergence or a structure break, something. Okay, I think, oh yeah, this was annoying today. I finally gave up and just got out because I think we're now reaccumulating once again as opposed to distributing. But I was in the sell, I think, from like 3 in the morning here. And then it was like, yay, and it came back all the way up. And Like I just got out. I was done. Was frustrated. I was celebrating when I got, and I actually first time ever being patient and like really collected and just I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna hold this. Yay! It's selling, and then just stop loss at break even and nothing. I was here and just came here. Yeah, I gave up. This still looking like a distribution right now, but the fact that we're not breaking the highs, but instead we're coming up, but we're not breaking the highs is confusing to me and makes me think of reaccumulation number 3, in which case we're just gonna do this, this, and this, and this, and then come up. Just explode, if you know your reaccumulations. So no trade on OddCAD. Oh shit, I didn't know I was on OddCAD. I meant OddUSD, which is similar thing, right? Similar thing. I really don't like what it's doing price action wise. So if I'm buying, it's not gonna be anytime soon. It's not gonna be anytime soon. I don't like buying in the middle of everything. So, and there's all of this liquidity sitting here for a reason, and this is all clean. So like it is just nasty, because you know this is where you were supposed to get in. Where is Asian? Yeah, so maybe at some point it'll come back, take Asian lows and get in here. But right now I don't see anything sexy about this at all. Possibly sell over here, but you know, no breaks of structure to the downside, so I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Nothing on AU for me or any of that. Any other pairs, you guys? GJ, yes, GJ to me is distributing. GJ to me is distributing because we broke the range, on my opinion, after making higher highs. I don't know if I checked this. Let me see. Yeah, look, we're coming up. RSI is coming down. RSI coming down as we're coming up. So this to me is distribution. Yeah, everything says distribution here. Broke the range, now consolidating to spike up, mitigate out of here, and sorry, and yeah, so GJ is definitely distribution. GU, however, is different. Weird animal. This was a Friday buy that I did. I didn't even see this re-entries stuff that I could have entered. I was doing some promotion and flyer making, if you check out my Instagram. So I was busy yesterday. I didn't trade yesterday. All right, any other questions we have? Or any other pairs we want to see? Cat JPY, Cat JPY, Cat JPY. Oh boy. We're reaccumulating again. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Shit. Okay, well, let's see. So it reached my first area, but it didn't reach the target yet. It did not quite reach the 84 even level, which is the top of this imbalance on the daily, right? And then the source of liquidity, the last point is like right there, which is like 84, 50, 50-ish level. So, and that's from, this is the actual order block from which we started distributing, right? So before, you can see this was this was distribution, and we got to get to this 84.34 to 84.50-ish area to have a reaction, but at the very least we gotta come to 84 and fill this imbalance, and we gotta come higher, 84.30. So I do think JPY is reaccumulating again. Here you can see this creek jump, new accumulation range formed. You're buying climax AR ST, selling local selling climax, forming support. So it will do something like this, do a creek, potentially mitigate out of here, or take all of that, jump, and start coming up. Also, high, low, high. So far, high or low, we don't know. So we're still bullish on all time frames. And I believe we are creating this accumulation here. We're going to come up, like I said, come to this area, probably have a creek, grab this green stuff over here, mitigate something like crazy extreme from this wick or something, possibly, I don't know, and then come up, or we just gonna react and just explode. But it's a reaccumulation for me, even though we got all of this liquidity here. I think it's for later, just a little bit later, to confuse everyone. But the other possibility is we going to die completely, and you gotta look for turnaround in this area, and more likely this area. Definitely nothing to do right now. At this point, this still is bearish on this time frame, on the 6 minute or whatever I just pressed in, and this right here is what maintains bearishness. So actually might even be this. But technically I would definitely play this leg first, because we got some mitigations too. I mean, this certainly is the extreme option number 2, but this here area is where you could sell from to come down here. Like I said, this is what's supposed to happen anyway. So currently, if you're just playing structure and not worrying about Y-cup reaccumulations and so forth, this would be a sell from here. If not, then this, and that's your last resort, just structure-wise. But So within the higher time frame reaccumulation, right? Within the higher time frame reaccumulation, you're going to have this be a distribution, and then have an accumulation. So distribution ends with like a wick, accumulation here, and then you have the jumps. And then on a higher time frame, this would be your jump over the creek, and whatever the creek is here. But on a smaller time frame, this movement would be redistribution. Markets are fractal, shit repeats itself. So yeah, that's my story, sticking to it. So if I were to play right now, I mean, it depends what kind of trader you are. If you're very aggressive, you could have gotten in just now and wait till it gets here, then hedge and sell here. So if you buy in right now and just wait till it get 20 pips, then sell right here, see if you get smoked. Otherwise, you sell from here and stay in the sell with stop loss on this buy and profit, or take some partials. Managing a trade is a whole another topic. Everyone does it differently. Everyone teaches it differently. So something you got to know somewhere else. But managing a trade is an important skill to have. So if you don't have that, invest in yourself. Cool. CAD JPY. Yeah, so I do think we got a lot, one more push from the daily perspective to get to this area from which we distributed, right? By the way, if you're wondering why there's a trend line, I was just trying to figure out what people are doing. They were selling from here because that's a supposed resistance, and then they were selling from here because that's a trend line. And everyone got wrecked, and now they're coming back to mitigate out of where this whole selling shenanigans started. So we're not quite there yet. We got another reaccumulation in us, I think, but the short-term move, got to buy low, sell high. So I would sell from here and buy from somewhere here, or maybe here if it does this extreme thing. Gotta watch price action. All right, guys, this is a wrap. Thanks all for attending. We'll be there next Sunday. For those of you who still haven't registered for bootcamp and wants to, the link for the bootcamp is in my Instagram profile. You can ask for details if you still don't know from me and Mike. And then get into the signals group on the indicator, because this shit is badass. Forgive my French. I'm not lying. All right, y'all. Take care and have a good night.